A fiddler on the roof. Sounds crazy, no? But in our little village of Anatevka, you might say every one of us is a fiddler on the roof, trying to scratch out a pleasant, simple tune without breaking his neck. And how do we keep our balance? That I can tell you in a word. Tradition!
Tradition, 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 tradition.
Here in Anatevka, we have traditions for everything. How to eat, how to sleep, how to wear clothes. And because of our traditions, everyone knows who he is and what God expects him to do.
Who day and night must scramble for a living, feed a wife and children, say his daily prayers, and who has the right as master of the house to have the final word at home.
The Papa, the Papa, tradition, the Papa, tradition. Who must know the way to make a proper home, a quiet home, a kosher home? Who must raise a family and run the home, so Papa's free to read the holy book? The Mama, tradition, the Mama, tradition.
At 3 I started Hebrew school, at 10 I learned a trade. I hear they picked a bride for me, I hope she's pretty. The sons, tradition, the sons, tradition.
And who does Mama teach to mend and tend and fix, preparing me to marry whoever Papa picks? The daughters, tradition, the daughters, tradition.
Day and night must scramble for a living, feed a wife and children, say his daily prayer, and who has the right as master of the house to have the final word at home. She's a Papa, the sons, tradition, the sons, tradition.
Then there are the others in our village. They make a much bigger circle. His Honor the Constable, His Honor the Priest, and many others. We don't bother them, and so far they don't bother us. Among ourselves we get along perfectly well. Of course, there was the time when he sold him a horse and he delivered a mule. But that's all settled now. Now we live in simple peace and harmony.
It was a horse! It was a mule, I tell you!
Of course it was a horse! I saw a horse!
Tradition, 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 tradition.
Tradition. Without our traditions, our lives would be as shaky as a fiddler on the roof.
Seidel, you're the oldest. Yenta has to make a match for you before she can make one for me.
And me.
Oh, Yenta.
Well, somebody has to arrange the matches. Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Find me a find, catch me a catch. Matchmaker, matchmaker, look through your book and make me a perfect match. Matchmaker, matchmaker, I'll bring the veil. You bring the groom, slender and pale. Bring me a ring, for I'm longing to be the envy of all I see. For Papa, make him a scholar. For Mama, make him rich as a king. For me, well, I wouldn't holler if he were as handsome as anything. Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Find me a find, catch me a catch. Night after night in the dark I'm alone, so find me a match of my own.
Since when are you interested in a match, Hava? I thought you just had your eye on your books. And you have your eye on the rabbi's son.
Why shouldn't I want the best?
Because you're a girl from a poor family. So whatever Yenta brings, you'll take.
Whatever?
Whatever. Old, fat, bald, mean, drunk.
Stop! Matchmaker, matchmaker, you know that I'm still very young. Please take your time. Up to this minute, I misunderstood that I could get stuck for good. Dear Yenta, see that he's gentle. Remember, you were also a bride. It's not that I'm sentimental. It's just that I'm terrified. Matchmaker, matchmaker, plan me no plans. I'm in no rush. Maybe I've learned playing with matches, a girl can get burned. So bring me no ring, room me no room, find me no find, catch me no catch, unless he's a matchless match.
I know it's no shame to be poor, but it's no great honor either. You made many, many poor people. But would it have been so terrible if I had a small fortune? If I were a rich man, all day long I'd biddy biddy bum. If I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard. If I were a bitty bitty rich, idle man, I'd build a big tall house with rooms by the dozen, right in the middle of the town. A fine tin roof with real wooden floors below. There would be one long staircase just going up, and one even longer coming down, and one more leading nowhere just for show. If I were a rich man, all day long I'd biddy biddy bum. If I were a wealthy man, wouldn't have to work hard. If I were a bitty bitty rich, idle man. If I were rich, I'd have the time that I lack to sit in the synagogue and pray, and maybe have a seat by the eastern wall. And I'd discuss their holy books with the learned men 7 hours every day. That would be the sweetest thing of all. If I were a rich man, all day long I biddy biddy bum. If I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard. Lord, who made the lion and the lamb, you decreed I should be what I am. Would it spoil some vast eternal plan if I were a wealthy man? Protect and defend you. May He always shield you from shame. May you come to be in Israel a shining name. May you be like Ruth and like Esther. May you be deserving of praise. Strengthen them, O Lord, and keep them from the stranger's ways. May God bless you and grant you long life. May the Lord fulfill our Sabbath prayer for you. Husbands who will care for you. May the Lord protect and defend you. Protect and defend. May the Lord preserve you from pain. Preserve you from favor them, O Lord, with happiness and peace. So hear our Sabbath prayer. What do I think? You can have a fine conversation with him if you talk about kidneys and livers. On the other hand, not everybody has to be a scholar. Maybe I misjudged him. He's a good man. He likes her. He will try to make her happy. What do I think? It's a match. To the both of us.
To our agreement.
To our good health and happiness. And most important, to life, l'chaim.
L'chaim, l'chaim, to life.
Here's to the father I've tried to be.
Here's to my bride to be.
Drink l'chaim to life.
God would like us to be joyful, even when our hearts lie panting on the floor. How much more can we be joyful when there's really something to be joyful for? To life, l'chaim.
To Zeitel, my daughter.
My wife.
It gives you something to think about, something to drink about. Drink l'chaim.